Hi, I'm Dr. Mark, and I'm going to help you sing and perform more like the top artists around the world. I'm a professional voice teacher, performance coach, and opera stage director. I've helped thousands of singers around the world learn the techniques and methods that got the top singers to where they are. Today, I'm going to be reacting to, analyzing, and teaching one of my favorite groups right now to listen to. They're on my playlist. I think they're awesome. I love their sound. I think they're really, really exciting to watch and hear. So here we go. This is Citizen Shade cover of Silence. Here we go.
Rather be a lover than a fighter, 'cause all my life I've been fighting. I never felt a feeling of comfort. All this time I've been hiding, and I never had someone to call my own. Oh, now I'm so used to sharing. Love only left me alone, but I'm at one with the silence.
Okay, what are you noticing? If you tried to imitate that sound, what does it get? Silence. Silence. Still not quite capturing it. Some of the elements to it are this really open, kind of tall, warm space in back with this really, really buzzy front place. He's just keeping that breath flow at its absolute minimum. One thing you can do to try this out and see how it works for you to get this really consistent, smooth, kind of crooner type breath flow is to talk like you're trying to say a really long paragraph and last as long as possible. So I'm going to try that right now. Hi, my name is Dr. Marc Reynolds, and I'm going to talk about this without any stop in the breath flow so that I can get through as much text as possible without having to take a breath and keeping it all really fluid and consistent and be really economical with the amount of breath that I'm using without having to take another breath. And it can go for a really, really long time because only that using a little teeny tiny breath, and it just keeps going and 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 going, and it's all that, and I'm starting to get towards the end of my breath, and then I'm starting to feel it contract. So you'll notice that's the kind of air that he's using. That's really simple speech-like, but it's really smooth and connected without any break in their legato line. That's an exercise you can try today to try to find that legato line.
Found peace in your violence, can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for so long. I found peace in your violence, can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for so long.
So you'll notice there's still a lot of those top teeth in there. You'll see a lot of that teeth and really expressive with that mouth. He's really releasing this jaw. Pretty wide embouchure here in front. Interesting enough, even though it's really tall in the back, there's still a lot of that ass space in back. So it's more of this diamond shape feeling in that negative space in the back behind those back molars and that oropharynx. Really cool, really clean in terms of notes. This feeling of slide in between everything, but that it's so fast that we're not hearing a lot of scooping and sliding. Yes, is there some of that stylistically where it's not just crystal clean notes, but there is a little bit of that slide in and out of notes, sure, but it's really relatively clean and clear. One of the best ways to practice that is by sliding on a vowel and hitting all the teeny tiny notes in between the actual notes you're trying to hit to start building that muscle memory and that sense here of connection and ease and fluidity.
And I've been quiet for so long. Quiet for so long. I found peace in your violence, can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for so long. I'm in need of a savior, but I'm not asking for favors. My whole life I felt like a burden. I think too much and I hate it. I'm so used to being in the wrong. Oh, now I'm tired of caring. A lover never gave me a home. So I'll sit here in the silence. I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for so long.
Okay, so one of the things that I'm really intrigued by, especially when I watch their videos, is visually what's going on. There's a really awesome Frank Sinatra one, and you should go check it out. I'll put the link down below here. I love it because just like this one, it's one take kind of feeling, but they do so much in such a simple way. Not simple in execution. They obviously have taken a lot of time and effort practicing and getting everything really thought out and clean and clear, and it looks so professional, both the videography and the sound. But you'll notice they're just in a house here in a room with an empty light bulb, 2 lamps on either side of them with the instruments in front, 1 camera going around, getting variety by doing interesting shots. I think what I love is that real artistry isn't about more necessarily, about higher quality production values. It isn't necessarily about having things that are fancy or lavish or a big spectacle. It's about how deliberate the choices are. It's that deliberateness in choosing what's happening that makes it feel professional. And obviously the smoothness of transitions, how everything goes together in terms of the music and what we're seeing and what we're hearing really matching. And those things happen there. And the cool thing that to me is really liberating is that you can do it anywhere. I can't count how many performers I work with that they feel like if they can't do it with all the bells and whistles and everything else, that they just can't do it. They can't compete. It's not good enough. They just shouldn't even try. When the reality is just do it. Get out there and do it and work within the limitations that you have and make it the best possible product you can within those limitations. To me, the real artist isn't about the limitations. It's about how creative they are within the limitations that they have. That could be really restricted, refined limitations. It could be a really generous, open, anything's possible kind of limitations. But that artist, no matter what, they use their creativity within those limitations given to make it as believable, as convincing, as engaging, as unique, as interesting, and as deliberate as possible. And that's what I love about what I'm seeing here. They've made it unique. The pianist is there in a white shirt, singer's there in a black shirt with black gloves and sunglasses. There's uniqueness there, there's some character there. But again, it's really relatively simple. They've built some branding and some recognition and some caricature work in there that helps us start to see over video to video who these people are and get a sense for them and their style. But really, you'll notice in this video, we just have bare walls. It's like a bachelor pad type of house, but they're rocking it. It feels so professional, so deliberate, and so amazing. And that's one of the reasons that I love what I see when I'm watching their videos here. The focal point is still always really clear. They make sense of what's going on with the music. The amount of movement with just the camera alone does really well with capturing that energy. So really, really excellent here. Sound-wise, I love it because it goes from this kind of smoky, rich, not raspy, it's just got this kind of rumbly, resonant vibrance to the sound that is so unique and fun to listen to and has this really kind of masculine quality to it. And then he gets this really clean sound as well sometimes, especially when it goes up that top. It's just clean and clear and forward and so glorious and smooth as he goes between these different registers. So really, really excellent work here. What can you do today to be more deliberate in what you're doing? First thing is take time to go sentence by sentence, phrase by phrase through your text and decide what you really mean by that. This is a cover, so they're having to make it their own and decide what do they mean by it. And then you have to take the time to think, what is the sound that belongs with that? Speak it in your voice and think, what is the sound that would really capture the emotion and the intent of that moment? What would I look like if I was saying this? What would be around me? What do I imagine? And then try to capture those things as best you can as you're creating videos, as you're just creating audio. Let that be your guiding source in being deliberate. Let that music and that text guide you to creating a rich, imaginary visual world that then you can try to bring as life as much as possible in the moment and let it be fluid, let it change. Let your creativity absorb new information around you, the chair, bare light bulbs, and see what you have that you can integrate into this vision that you have. And that will lead to your unique product that feels deliberate and authentic to who you are and what your style is.
I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for so long. And I've been quiet for so long. And
What I also really love is his deliberateness in making the sounds that he's making. You'll notice how much effort and preparation he's putting into creating the shape he needs in his mouth to get the sound that he wants. It's not just sloppy, it's not just happenstance. You can see in these muscles and the preparation how he's used them, how specific and deliberate he is. But at the same time, he's not introducing tension or stress into that sound. He's just preparing mentally in his mind, imagining what that sound is going to be like before he makes it so that his body can react and respond. If we're thinking ahead in the music and anticipating and breathing in the emotion that's coming next, that's going to come in a much more organic way that lets everything prepare and get ready, and it's going to show on our face and get our emotions involved. What I want to emphasize here is do it. Notice these two guys are just sitting there. They got a videographer back there. They have a keyboard. It's not perfect. It's not beautiful, but it's because it's so deliberate and they've rehearsed it and practiced it and really made their choices specific. We buy it and we engage with it. So do your work, practice, be deliberate, be specific, be an artist who creates it in their mind first and really thinks it through, then engages on an emotional level where you're involved in that context, and then execute the performance and invest 100% in that moment. Love these guys. Check them out. Click down below. Follow them. Really excellent. They just keep going up and up and up and up. So awesome. Great singing. Great videography going on. Love what I see. If you want a voice lesson or performance coaching or want me to work with you or your group to help you sing easier, perform at a consistently higher level, book a time with me at MR Performing Arts Studio. Or you can test out Scale About, and you can click the link down below and do a short little session where you send me video or audio and I respond back to you. And you can also find me on Amino. I've put up some stories there, and I hope that you'll find me one of those ways and that will continue the conversation. I look forward to working with you online.